Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode is a bit of a funny episode, actually. And the episode is basically, not so much for the millennials, okay? Because all the millennials, the parents grew up with anime. The episode is going to be about what our parents think of anime, or what they, interpret anime as compared to what we know what anime is, okay? Now, this isn't so much for the millennials, because the millennials, obviously when I, for example, when I'm growing up with anime and I've got this concept of anime, I am already introducing animes and that stuff to my kids, and so they're going to be, educated properly what anime is and go forward from that, right? And basically, whatever some of the things that I'm watching currently right now, I'm going to also make available to him because he might enjoy that as well. Whereas when I was getting into anime, my parents had no idea what anime is, and so basically, I want to use this episode to cover some of the funny stories that I've come across and different people they have these experience, these stories about their parents and what they interpreted and what they've done with basically what anime is. So, so I'm basically I'll start with some of the things of my own stuff. Basically, I've been cleaning out my mother's basement, and one of the things that she really loved to do was she really liked to do like little puzzles. Okay. Little picture puzzle. So basically, when I was cleaning up I came across these really interesting things, and so one of the things I came across was this puzzle here. Okay, you can tell right away it's lots of different animes all put together in this one collage. Now, by the way, I didn't buy this for her. By the way, she picked this out herself. Okay, so she obviously went to maybe like the Richmond night market or something and picked this thing out. And you can see on it there's Earthian, and there's maybe some X, and then there's for some strange there's hard go in there, and there strange things. I think there's so it's kind of kind of a really big mixture of things in there. But I mean, so she already opened this up and tried to put this puzzle back together. And I thought that was rather interesting that she picked it. Anyway, the name on the side of it, as you written, the strange Chinese translation is what they call the degenerate angel, of course. But of course, this is a mixture of different animes in this. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. So she obviously thinks that maybe it's this sort of fantasy sort of thing in there. Another puzzle I managed to find when I was going through here is this one here. Okay, this is a puzzle from R.G. Veda. Okay, and the surprising thing about this one is she never even opened this particular one. Okay, so it's still perfectly sealed, and basically it's a nice R.G. Veda poster, that picture she never got into. Okay, so again, it's not to say that again I never bought this for her. She obviously picked this out herself. Anyway, but it's kind of interesting that she sort of interprets this kind of thing, and again, being from China, she probably had a little bit of influence to that. Now, I was going to say you did some funny stories and some things about some misinterpretations of what anime is. Okay, so one of the things I went down to San Diego Comic-Con, and they give you lots of swag of different things. So one of the things I remember grabbing just out of whim was this little article. This is a little a fan, okay, a cooling fan, okay, from a company called Hirasoft. Okay, now Hirasoft makes a lot of these software. They take Japanese hentai games, as it says, translated versions of Japanese hentai anime games. Okay. So they take a lot of these smut games and convert them to English so that so people can then play them and that's it. Anyway, I found this fan in my mom's sort of accessories drawer, right? So I'm thinking, wow, she would not have brought this to her mahjong games at the community center or something, and just cooling off with this thing, and I have no idea the fact that these guys are making hentai games and like just sitting here cooling during the mahjong game, and some of the person, what's this thing called Yamasong? It looks good. I was like, okay, yeah. It's like she probably has no idea that they make hentai games, right? Anyway, and so that's one of these other funny things I came across in the collection of stuff. The other story that I want to get into was is actually it's not my story, but it's something that I picked out my Facebook feed. She was posted this fantastic comment that, wow, her dad just bought her a whole box full of anime. Okay, and, she was so excited that she got this what a dream, right? Parents buy you anime. I mean, that sounds like a great thing. And then unfortunately, she finds out that the entire box is full of hentai. And then I'm thinking, wait, well, that's still a really good thing. Well, of course, not in her opinion, but it's still a good thing. But anyway, so it's kind of interesting that some people still think that anime means hentai. So because again, in the early stages of when anime was brought up, that was the majority of what all the titles are. Even in the very beginning of when anime came over to North America, a lot of the titles had I would say shall we say risky, shall we say PG-13 kind of scenes in them. Just because we were not accustomed to having this kind of material or this mature kind of content in an animated form. I mean, sure, we have things like heavy metal in the movie and that kind of stuff, and that kind of thing. But the actual this kind of scenes, for example, like a lesbian scene out of Project Echo or X01 or something like that. We're not accustomed to seeing that kind of thing, and so that's why in the beginning, anime has this very sort of negative publicity about it. It's this negative connotation that's all the anime is about. It's about hentai, or as I always like to refer to, the 3 Gs: the girls, the guns, and the gore. Right. In the beginning, that's what it was. So that now, of course, it's lost a lot of that stigmatism because of the fact that now there's all this wealth of other titles that have come out. There's all the stuff that's on TV that came out: Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Gundam, Inuyasha, and all this other stuff. Which they're it's not hentai or anything like that. So everyone sort of desensitized themselves to the mannerisms and the way that the anime story is told, right? So people have that, but of course, once in a while, you're gonna get something that comes out, and it's not like it has not come out before. For example, Goblin Slayer or Berserk or something, and then people say, oh my God, we see this scene. This is horrible. Who in the hell animated this stuff? This should be banned. Okay, it's happened before. We've seen it before. It's nothing new in anime. It's just people, social justice warriors, stupid idiots on Twitter, that just don't get it, and just somehow they feel that they need to police. This Japanese animation that doesn't even, is not even made in North America, not even made in, their part of the world. They somehow feel that they need to police this in some way. If you don't like the anime, don't watch it. Let everyone else enjoy it. It's not your thing, then that's it. It's not your thing. Just leave it alone. Anyway, that's So if you have a funny story about how parents think about anime and what their interpretation of anime, feel free to write it in the comments below. So, also while you're below there, don't forget to click like and click subscribe, and so that way you'll get more episodes as I make them. Okay? So, until next time, see you again.